The Kings drafted De'Aaron Fox with the 5th overall pick in the 2017 draft, and he's been the face of the franchise since then. This is his 8th season with the team. He is 27 years old. He has every right to go to the front office and say, hey, I'd really appreciate if we could have a really, truly competitive team for the first time in my career. Wouldn't that be nice? And honestly, I feel like this is a win-win. Either we finally get off our asses and fix the glaring roster issues that we have right now, or we trade Fox and get a massive return. Kind of reminds me of like the mid-2010s Pistons, where every team is figuring out how good three-pointers are, and the Warriors are taking off, and the Pistons are like, you know what, Josh Smith front courts with Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, that's the real future. Where for the Kings right now, every other team in the league understands that like 6'8" wings make basketball so much easier, and they have a bunch of those guys, and the Kings have legitimately one of those players on the roster. And I think the Devin Carter pick, as good as I think he might be, was the nail in that coffin. Just another older, undersized point guard. It's just so tricky. The roster doesn't function. Getting a couple serviceable wings to compete with teams like the Pelicans or Houston in previous years has been such a glaring issue for years. You had the chance to do it last season, didn't do it. Had the chance to do it in the offseason, didn't do it. Now that issue is here, and your best player is unhappy and might want to get traded. You sowed your seeds, and now it's reaping time. The Kings have talent. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are all-star to all-NBA caliber players. DeMar DeRozan has been pretty good this year. Malik Monk has had a really electric offensive season, but you have to have wing players to guard the perimeter and shoot threes. That is the modern NBA, and the Kings are just 15 steps behind. So if Fox does get traded, I feel bad about it. I'm sorry he wasted his time here. I'm sorry we did not build a competent team around you, as we've done to so many other good players throughout our time in Sacramento. But that's just how it is, and I hope he kicks ass in the next team he plays for.